Was it at this location?
At this location, and before that in Guadalajara.
How is he in school?
He's in a special education class.
Uh-huh.
Not a lot of other students. The classes are usually smaller. They have, I think, 8 or 9 kids right now.
Okay.
But recently, since he's in 3rd grade, he was able to sit through. He was able to sit through the testing.
Okay.
40 minutes, which we did not think was possible.
So does he go Monday through Friday?
Yeah,
the
just
full day.
Full day.
Good.
He has speech and OT there.
Okay.
But okay, good job. Gross motor has always been one of his strengths. Mm-hmm. He taught himself how to swim.
Wow.
Yeah, so that and climbing, he's also really, really good at that.
Right.
More like sitting was a problem.
Right.
Still
he likes
kinda-
to be moving, going.
He needs
curious.
it. We've tried to put him on a couple of ADHD medication because one of the accompanying comorbidity is ADHD that he has. Mm-hmm. But it did slow him down. It just I could see that it was not him.
Right.
His body is asking for that movement, and when you take that away, it's just he became so skinny. He's just stopped eating, and we stopped it. We tried a couple, but it just did not work.
Yeah. So you saw results after 3-4 weeks, you were saying?
Yeah, it's around a month.
Okay.
It's around a month before I guess that all settles in.
Right.
So he performs well in school.
He's I mean, for a sped class, yes.
Right.
So they mostly tailor
Cold?
they tailor the curriculum to fit his needs and his abilities. Hi. I
Do you
know.
have certain things that are safe spaces for him, like a blankie, a book, a toy?
They vary. It's mostly
Varies.
like numbers.
Okay.
Lego blocks. We got some sensory numbers with ours right now.
Okay.
So,
Nice.
but they do change. You want to take them off just a little bit? Let's take them off just a little bit. I was worried how he would react, but he lets her get away with everything. Super tolerant. And if she starts crying, as a toddler, he'll just be like, oh,
Right.
and just go to his room and close the door.
She's like, I can't do this. I don't want to.
God, again. So it's pretty funny, but then also she's not so much into food, so she gives him snacks. Hi, what's up, buddy? She brings him the snacks. You're like, this is Victor's snack. Nobody touch
I know,
it.
and you were saying he's a good eater.
Yeah, Sis is not a good eater. But Victor's a good influence, so now she started eating greens.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good.
She's looking up to her big brother, listening and everything, so it's getting better.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's the best. She can do everything.
Mm-hmm.
Monkey bars like a pro.
Ooh.
Yeah, like he's got glue on his hands.
Really?
One time I did go to a school, I didn't know what it was for, and it was just recess, and one kid comes up to me, he's like, does he have glue on his hands? How is he doing that? I don't know, buddy. I can't do it. I know I can't do it. I don't know how he does it. There were a lot of calluses that year.
I know, and even when he was walking around there, his balance
is off the
I
chart.
mean, every single turn I was like, oh my gosh, there he goes. Nope,
Yeah.
perfectly fine.
Yeah, everybody but us, because we've gone through it since
Right.
he was able to walk.
Mm-hmm.
So I know which part is, safe or not safe. Hi.
He's a pretty fast runner, I saw that. He's very
So
athletic.
Mama's gotta run. Mama's gotta
You get your exercise in.
I get my steps.
Your workout. So
Yay.
when he communicates with you, does he just speak? Is there certain
Hey. Yeah.
activities he'll do? Okay.
Yeah. He does usually say the first syllable of the word.
Okay.
Depending on, he has been, before he could say like 3 words in a row, and then his teeth started falling out and growing.
Okay.
and that kind
Painful.
of really affected it.
I mean, it seems like he listens to you.
Yeah,
Like
so
very.
that-
I mean, when you say stop, he comes back, and
That was really important to us. We were really, really scared about that. One time, it was before all the therapies, we had a gate and everything, it was locked. How he managed to take it down, I don't know.
oh, he took the gate down.
He took it down, but it was so quiet. It was a couple of seconds and we look and the gate is down from our patio. And he just ran to some kids, like right across. We can see it. There's a little park, just like playing green. People were having a birthday party. So we saw the birthday party. But he crossed the street. It's a small residential street and it was very busy. People were walking, so everybody's driving slowly, but you still don't know.
Right.
We caught him right away.
Right.
Like we could see him. We're like,
Right.
Victor! Running barefoot and everything.
Yeah.
So that was super scary. I didn't think there would ever be a day where I could turn my back to him and trust that he wouldn't get away. But that day is here. So he also, for communication, he also uses an iPad. We have it here. There's an app on it. It's called Touch Chat. He works on it with his speech therapist at home and the ones in school. Hi. I'm talking about Layla. And also we're starting ASL. So
Okay.
I have to learn more. 'Cause I don't. The teachers in school are teaching him a lot of stuff and he is doing it.
Okay.
I didn't know he was doing it until a teacher told me. It's like, we've been working on this when he does this. Oh, I'm like, that's what, okay.
Okay, it's
Cool.
his form of
So I
communication.
honestly want to see after this, I want to go more into it because with the AAC, he's going to be able to show us more complex needs. But with American Sign Language, it'll be immediate, like melatonin,
Right.
Tylenol, Park,
Right.
you know. He doesn't have to go to the iPad. But then
Right.
if, say, I say, do you want to go to Panda Express? And he wants Chipotle.
Right.
He can show me on the AAC. So communication is going to be a lot more open, I think, and I hope.
Yeah, I think ASL would really help, and right after the treatment is honestly the best time.
Yeah.
There's that inflammation, we're creating new neuron networks. It's the best time.
And it's summer.
Right, and it's summer.
Summer, we're going to have a little
School
more
just got
time.
out.
Last year we did with Artristem here in Tijuana, and this will be the third.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it was generally perfect. I mean, the whole organization from Artristem was really super organized.
It's good to hear.
Yeah, it was similar approach that we did. Turned out that there's no non-stop flights from San Jose to Tijuana for some reason.
Yeah.
So we had to do the same thing. Went to San Diego,
Yeah.
take us through the border, get the treatment ready, and went back to San Diego and flew back to San Jose.
Right,
Luckily,
right.
the flight is really
Let me put.
it's short. It's easy.
So I'm Dr. Green with R3 Stem Cell, and I'm here with. Is it Vancho?
Vancho, yeah, my name is Vancho Damjanov. I am a father of Victor, who is on the spectrum. We are from San Jose, and we came here to do a stem cell therapy with R3.
So, first of all, thank you very much for spending some time with me. Can you tell me a little bit about Victor's journey with ASD and the treatments that you've had, prior to what we're about to do tomorrow?
Of course, yeah. So our journey is, I would say, typical for an atypical kid. So usually, what they started, you're seeing that early signs. Generally, he was diagnosed, I believe, when he was 3, before 3 actually. There was some speech delay. There was a red flag. There was some speech delay, and there was like, okay, something's going on here. He did typically he's starting with ABA, which gives a little bit more of a structured, I would say, more of a structured design approach on that. It did help him reach up to some point, in his daily living skills. He is in a special education program. So he has a dedicated assistant. Yeah, that really helped him. Aside from that, some other therapies that he did was the stem cell therapy with you guys, and he did what was the hippotherapy with horse? Was that the name, hippotherapy or something like that?
With horse?
Yeah.
Equestrian?
Similar like that. Basically, he's riding a horse.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I think it was hippotherapy. Take that under question mark.
Yes.
The actual wording. It was really interesting. They are saying that, like, I don't know if I recall correctly, maybe like half an hour riding that horse is equal to sensory-wise. Is equal to about 20,000 steps. So
the stem cell therapy you had, Victor had here with us in Tijuana, that's where we are right now, by the way, was how long ago?
it was a year and a half ago. It was last January.
All right.
Yeah.
And after he had the treatment, what kind of changes did you see?
After that stem cell therapy, there was probably for some of these typical kids, those would be, minor improvements or something like that. But for us, they're really big, when he expressing himself in a way that he has never before. For us, that's really big improvement, that I've seen. And I mean, definitely you don't want to stop with all other therapies because they're all need to be grouped together.
Right.
And the stem cell are not miracle cure, but they definitely can make a big push towards what you're trying to learn is make him more independent and more knowledgeable of stuff around him. He is sensory seeking, but instead of instead of tantruming and crying, now he knows that, oh, okay, I need some input here. Okay, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna speak by myself.
As parents, you're around him frequently, so you know him better than anyone.
Yeah.
So you're in the best position to notice these improvements,
Yeah.
small, medium, or dramatic. So it sounds like there have been a significant amount of improvements.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. For example, sometimes when he is hungry, sometimes he tends to, I don't know, just to cry, and you're guessing what's going on. But now he'll just walk into the kitchen and he will open the fridge and say, "Oh, okay, you're hungry. What do you want? Do you need me, or you can take by yourself?" And for us, when I compare to 2 or 3 years ago, that's really huge.
A lot of parents come to us and they say that they've tried ABA, they've tried speech therapy, occupational therapy, and they just feel like they got improvements, but then they hit sort of the brick wall, like it wasn't continuing. And then when they got stem cell therapy, it helped move past that, and then they got even more improvements with additional speech and behavioral therapy.
Yeah, you said it more, better than what I was trying to explain. With Victor, it was similar. With ABA, he started great, and he was great up to some point, and then there was kind of feel of saturation, kind of, okay, like there's the wall here. And after that, it was more getting into rhythm, but not really a breakthrough, not really an improvement.
So even the teachers noticed a significant improvement.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So basically, I would say when it happened those stem cells, I would say there was in his case, there was like a window of a few months when he did progress on multiple levels.
Okay.
And there was simply better results from various areas that we've seen, and they get back to us, not just from us at home. That sometimes it's your kid, so sometimes you're not objective,
Right.
But when somebody else is telling you something, oh, maybe he's, maybe something's going on. Maybe there's something here that
Can
makes
you
him better.
remember some of the specific things that the teachers told you?
Basically, the most important thing I would say probably was the attention.
Okay.
He was simply more present, more attentive on the task, on the job.
Got it. Okay, that's great. You were talking earlier about the experience with R3. Can you tell me a little bit about how the experience was for Victor and you?
For Victor, yeah, but I basically find R3 just by Googling it. Nothing special. I did some research. They did stand up amongst the other competitors, to be honest. Overall experience is great. Everything was organized from the takeout, from the airport, through the actual treatment when there was some, doctor, anesthesiologist, a few other guys around him that was helping. Super organized. They went back to the airport, and most importantly, they did regular checkups on us even after the treatment. So there was a communication even after the treatment. Hey, how is he doing? Is there any, side effects? Are you everything okay? And that was really make a difference, because it's not like, hey, we have done with this hit, but they're continually approaching us. Hey guys, how is he doing?
Well, that's important. I mean, we have a follow-up team, and
the follow-up team.
Nice to know they're doing their job.
They're doing a great job, because it's really important to know that those lessons learned, if something happened, positive or negative, doesn't matter, but those are lessons learned from all the other patients,
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And I know that when we do the ASD treatments, obviously, and Victor's no exception, these children are a little bit very active,
Super.
so they and it's important that the staff is able to accommodate and do the sedation properly.
Yes.
How did you feel all that?
We had to do the sedation. After the initial, they did take a look, the initial taking, and they say, better be safe than sorry. So let's do it. The anesthesiologist came in, he did his stuff. As a parent, you always has, how to say, an anxiety when you're seeing your kid on a table, and they're basically inserting the stem cells intravenously or over the nose. But that did last really short period of time. I mean, I don't know how long it was, maybe 15 minutes. Everything was done, and he was awake. And it took him another 20 minutes and he was running around.
Right, right. Well, the good news is we use conscious sedation as opposed to general anesthesia. So here's Victor.
Hi, buddy.
So, hey, buddy.
Hi, buddy. Just be
don't
careful.
Go in there.
Don't go
It's
there.
water.
Wait.
Oh, no.
Wait.
Once you do, he dip us.
Normally, a lot of centers will do like a general type of anesthesia, but that's a little overkill. We just do conscious sedation, and we monitor the heart rate, the blood pressure, the oxygen saturation. But the good thing with that is that it's reversible pretty quickly, and that's why he was able to get up and
I remember
running
it was
around.
relatively quickly. Yeah, it was he was kind of. For, I don't know, if I recall correctly, maybe 15-20 minutes he was like, oh, after that he was like, okay,
He was good to
I'm
go.
done.
Yeah. So for other parents in your similar situation who has a child with ASD, would you recommend R3 for treatment?
I would definitely recommend R3 for treatment. It's regardless of the I would definitely recommend to do their research in terms of types. On the R3 website, there are different types, different locations that can accommodate you guys. But definitely I would recommend, from my experience, Victor did improve after the stem cell treatment.
That's great to hear.
Yeah.
That is great to hear. And I'm happy that we're able to do another procedure for him, because typically we see, stair-step type continual improvements.
Yeah. I mean, there's not really a limitation of how, how much or how often do you need. I guess you need to definitely consult with the doctor of the frequent. Is it 1 a year to? Depends on the age, I guess. But definitely coordination with the artery and stem cell, they can accommodate based on the individual need of the kid.
One other question. The pricing for the treatment that he had a year and a half ago, where did you feel like that, I guess, ranked in terms of the other clinics that you looked at?
I think the price was okay. It was fair price. I don't remember the actual price, to be honest. But in terms of the, always you need to compare the price with what you are trying to get and the benefit from it.
Right.
In whether that makes sense for you. In my particular case, the benefit for what I get, actually for what my kid gets after that, it's definitely worth it. Sometimes it's priceless.
Right.
You cannot put a price on something that other therapists cannot provide. For some parents, families, they're seeing this as sometimes as a last resort or something like that. But they cannot forget other therapists. They need to stem cell to make sense. They need all of the therapists to work together to produce a result. Stem cell is not a magical miracle cure, but it definitely make a lot of progress. The price is definitely okay. I think there was even to break it down through a few other monthly payment or something like that. So definitely they need to reach out to the representative from Artery Stem Cell to accommodate their needs and their kid.
Yeah, there's definitely options for that. And I feel like, time and time again, we hear from families who have consulted with Panama or Colombia or whatnot that, we're probably a little less than half of what
they are.
Yeah, what they're trying to charge. But for a family who wants to get the procedure done, again or multiple times, it's a large fee to pay the Panama type of pricing.
Of course,
So-
yeah, because stem cell makes sense if you're doing this a few times. And there was, of course, a financial burden to it. Yeah, that's. I agree with that. I acknowledge that. But I would definitely strongly recommend to pursue this option.
Well, thanks for spending some time with me.
Of course, anytime.
Yeah, we'll spend some more tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. V.
All right. I know you had a long trip. I'll let you get some rest, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I'm gonna clean his back, okay? I'm gonna repeat this step a few times. I'm gonna put local anesthesia. I'm gonna try to do just two pinch, okay? I'm gonna touch his back and here. muscles. Okay, just a half. I'm gonna remove the needle. But right now it's just with oxygen, okay? As he needs to remove all the anesthesia, probably in a few minutes, 2, 3, maybe 5 minutes, okay?
Hi, Victor.
Victor, wake up!
Yeah, baby. There you go. There you go.
So how was your experience?
Well, so far so good.
Super, so good.
Yeah.
It's always stressful,
Right.
you know, to see your child like that, of course. But yeah, the support of the staff, obviously, the professionalism helps a lot.
Sure.
Helps ease your mind.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know you were watching the procedure, right?
Yeah, you know, when you're actually, I mean, it's always stressful whether you're there or not. It's the anxiety level is up to the roof.
Right. You're nervous. I mean,
You're
it's
nervous.
your baby right there.
Although everything is super quick. I mean, it's like what, 10, 15 minutes.
Right. Which is ideal.
But yeah. So far everything is okay.
Yeah, pretty much just
He's a little bit nauseous, which is typical.
A little nauseous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes time to.
Was he nauseous the first 2 times?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was similar like this.
Okay. Were the first 2 times about the same length of procedure?
No, the previous one in Tijuana here was also around 15 minutes. The one in Guadalajara lasted a lot longer, I think.
Okay.
It was like 40.
Oh wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, he was under for quite some time.
Yeah.
It was the spinal, and then it took some time for
Oh, the drip took a little more time.
that.
Okay.
It was a little while ago now. I don't remember quite, but it was much longer.
So how are you feeling now? Hopeful, excited, stressed?
Well, there's always mixed feelings, you know.
Yeah.
Always stressed. Hopeful, I think.
Hopeful always, yeah, definitely number one hopeful that there will be another push.
Yeah.
You know, stressful of course until he get back to his routine and possible, you know, after the side effects of the treatment. So
Yeah, we're excited to see what's going to happen. We're going to have the summer to sort of have him relax a little bit,
Right.
ease into everything.
Right.
So, yeah, we'll
deserve
see.
break.
Yeah.
Deserve break.
A well-deserved break.
Well-deserved break. There aren't that many therapies now. He finished out of OT, so we're going to take a little break, just give him speech, which is mostly for play.
Sure.
This summer will be like that.
Yeah, we're going to go to the pool, sure. And I was thinking about maybe getting him into gymnastics because he's pretty good. Now that he doesn't have that many therapies.
He's climbing and doing stuff that sometimes, you know, it's
Maybe
scary.
parkour.
Parkour
might be a good one.
You know what? A parkour, we will not be doing that because then I have to do parkour. We need to know.
Right, because you're gonna.
When he learned
That's a
how
good
to,
point.
Yeah, when he learned how to ride the scooter, we realized that we also need a scooter.
Right.
We have a bicycle that we haven't taught him how to ride because then I'd have to ride the bicycle.
Right. Then you have to ride the bicycle.
So gymnastics in like a closed setting, sure.
Right.
But if it's, he's already doing some of parkour stuff.
He was climbing yesterday, and
Yeah,
he's got
it's
good balance.
Not even half of it. I'll show you a video.
Yeah, I'd love to see. He'll be great on a balance beam.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because that is going to be very directed. I feel like we've had a couple of birthday parties from our friends at gymnastics places, and he did really well.
Sure.
So maybe it's like, I'm thinking it's time to explore his hobbies,
See what he likes.
Yeah, what he's going to be good at. Just give him a break from all the structured sessions.
Sure.
We've been doing that for a long time.
Be able to just kind of develop on his own.
Yeah.
It's always nice to have a break.
Spend time with us.
Right.
A little more.
It's no better time for you to do this right before the summer, I feel like.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So the last few times, what type of side effects did you experience with him?
There was not major, a little bit fever the first few days maybe.
Sure. Mild flu-like symptoms?
A little bit fever, maybe headache, something like that.
Sure.
That was
fever.
it with him.
Was he still eating regularly?
Yeah.
He was after the first day. In general, it was pretty much okayish. From time to time, he did have a fever, and it was nothing
Yeah, it was
super.
nothing major.
Nothing
Just
major, but
he would have a fever but still do everything.
Right.
Which, if he has a fever when he's sick, is not going to happen.
Right.
So,
that lasted for a few days usually, maybe.
yeah, it was pretty short.
Yeah.
It was longer the first time. The one from Guadalajara was like.
Oh, the
probably 10
symptoms
days.
lasted a little longer.
Yeah, it lasted longer, but that was it. It was just a fever, I think.
About 10 days. And then when you had treatment with us last time, how long did
It
the
was
side
it was
effects?
shorter, maybe
Much
2 days,
yeah.
2-3 days.
maybe less.
That's generally what we expect, 48 to 72 hours. I mean, if you see
Yeah.
side effects or experience them, normal. If you don't, it's also normal. But
Yeah,
stem
it
cells
depends.
attract the inflammation, so it makes sense. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hi, buddy.
Other than that, it was nothing much.
Everything went well.
Yeah.
Besides the anxiety, obviously.
Yeah, but that's just
Stress. Well, I mean, it's your baby.
Yeah, it's
You
my
know,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
do you?
yeah.
What else are you
That's
supposed to
normal.
feel?
That's normal. I mean,
Yeah.
We'll take a nap later.
Yeah, his color's starting to come back. He looks a little cold, a little chilly.
Stretching.
Good. Well,
Straight,
sorry.
buddy. Plus, you woke up early.
and he woke up
Yeah,
early.
I was surprised.
Me too. I think it was excitement. That
Yeah.
we're somewhere.
Yeah.
Just the three of us.
Sure. And when are you heading back today? This
Today,
afternoon.
6 p.m.
Yeah, today. Yeah.
You had a flight.
Yeah, we already have a
Yeah, we have a
6:30, I think now.
6:30. Yeah, it's relatively short flight, so
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just in San Jose.
We're in San Jose.
Very nice. Cool.
hi, buddy.
Well, is there anything else you'd like to add or say to any other families that may be struggling?
Well, first of all, thank you guys for the, all the work and professionalism that you guys did and provide such a healthcare to everybody here.
Yeah, there's no like a script how it's gonna go,
Right.
where it's, there's gonna be improvement, but so far with 3 treatments we've seen improvement every time.
Right.
So it's not controlled in
Right.
terms of autism. We can't say please direct them towards something.
Right.
But obviously, if there's improvement, it helps him and increases the chances of a quality life someday without us.
Right.
So that's what I would say. I would recommend it if it's something that they would be able to do.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys trusting our 3 and, coming back and being willing
Are you
to,
cold? Did you?
interview.